How does a bill become a law? The legislative process is notoriously complex, often described as almost like navigating a maze. While designed for deliberation, it often presents numerous obstacles. A simplified overview could be summarized as such. Introduction of the bill. The bill can be introduced in either the House or the Senate, except for revenue bills, which must originate in the House. The member who introduces that bill is a sponsor. Committee referral. Bills referred to a relevant standing committee. Permanent committees specializing in policy areas like agriculture, the judiciary, armed services, etc. Committees are the gatekeepers where most of the detailed work happens. Committee action. Committees, and often their subcommittees, hold hearings, gather information, debate the bill, or markup sessions where amendments are added or subtracted, and vote on whether to report the bill to the full chamber for consideration. Most bills die in committee. And we move on to floor action. If reported out of committee, the bill goes to the floor of the House or the Senate for debate, amendment, and vote. In the House, the debate is typically limited by rules set by the Rules Committee, whereas in the Senate, debate can be unlimited, allowing for filibusters unless cloture or 60 votes is invoked. If the House and Senate pass different versions of the same bill, which is very, very common, a temporary conference committee with members from both chambers of the House and Senate is formed to reconcile the differences between these bills, which number in the hundreds and sometimes even 1,000 plus pages. They produce a compromised bill or conference report. Final approval. The conference report must be approved by a majority vote in both the House and the Senate. Final bill goes to the President of the United States. The President can sign the bill into law, veto the bill, sending it back to Congress with objections, or do nothing. Congress is in session, the bill becomes law after 10 days. If Congress adjourns within those 10 days, it's a pocket veto and the bill dies. There's also the possibility of a veto override. Congress can override a presidential veto with a 2/3 vote in both the House and the Senate. Although this is difficult to achieve, it's one of those checks and balances against executive overreach. This intricate process reflects the founders' desire for careful consideration of the laws that are created. However, its multiple veto points, committee chairs, floor votes, filibusters, conference committees, presidential veto mean that passing significant legislation requires building broad coalitions and navigating intense political pressures, really building a coalition. It also means that determined minorities, especially in the Senate, or divisions between the chambers can easily lead to legislative inaction for good or for ill.